Hello and welcome to your new lightsaber. This lightsaber is very complex. The sound card being used is called a Crystal Focus version 10. It has many features possible, but not all of the features possible are currently being used in this configuration. They can't really be used on this lightsaber. So, I would like to explain some of the basics of how to use and take care of this lightsaber and some of the features it does have. To start with, right now, no electricity can leave the battery because a kill key is in. What this is a plastic piece that separates the circuit, so between the battery and the soundboard, no electricity can flow. When you pull this out, the circuit connects and you'll hear the soundboard boot up. Also, right now, there's no blade in. Instead, there's a blade plug. So I will undo this little thumb screw on the back and the blade plug will slide out. Then you can insert the blade. Sometimes the blades fit pretty tight. It's okay. They'll loosen up a little bit over time. And then you tighten this again. The only purpose of this thumb screw is so you can swing it around and the blade won't fly out. So you don't have to get super tight, just as tight as your index finger and your thumb can normally get. All right. Now I'll remove the kill key. You hear a boot up sound, and through this little window here, you'll see a battery level indicator. This is 8 LEDs, 2 red, 2 orange, 2 yellow, 2 green. Right now it has all the way up to 1 green. So it's nearly full battery, but not quite. Also, as soon as you remove the kill key, this illuminated switch lights up. Right, you heard a sound. That meant the soundboard is booted up properly. So, to turn it on, you press the main button. All right. There's an animation sequence that'll play through this, and that's nice. So the main blade feature, the main features for sound are, there's a constant hum. Also, you can swing it, move it around. You can clash it, you can hit it. You can tap this button really quick. This is called the auxiliary button. If you can tap that button, make a blaster block sound. Or you can hold it down and make a blade lockup sound, as if you have 2 blades that are hitting together. Or you can tap this at the same time as you hit it, and there's a custom sound to it. Now this lightsaber can change colors. To do that, there are 2 different ways. The simplest way, if you press the auxiliary and then tap the main button, spectrum goes into the color spectrum. So now as you rotate the lightsaber, it will cycle through some preset blade colors that I have set. Anything from a bright purple to a pinkish magenta to yellow to greens to blues to reds, and all the way back through. We started on a blue, and let's end this one with a good red. We'll just tap the auxiliary button. There, and now we have red. And it has a different main color and different additional flash color. Or, if you don't want to go through the spectrum menu, if you only want to change a little bit, you can tap this and rotate the blade, or rotate the lightsaber, and it will cycle through the same thing. You can cycle it clockwise or counterclockwise, and it will cycle back. And that's how to change colors. Next, we'll turn this off. Well, last thing before we do, this sequence, if you press and hold and do the blade lockup sound, this sequence will stop and this will be a battery indicator again. So we have 2 reds, 2 reds, 2 orange, 2 yellows, and 1 green is flashing, so it's mostly there. All right, let's turn this off. Now, there are many different types of sound fonts. This lightsaber has several different sound fonts loaded. To change that, you press and hold the auxiliary button until you hear the sound menu.
Sound bank selection. The balance.
That's the balance. You can press it, a quick tap to cycle through.
Obi-Wan once thought it should.
This one is...
Welcome, young Skywalker.
This sound font is based on Luke Skywalker in Episode 6, Confronting the Emperor. So there's sound bites of Luke and Darth Vader and the Emperor. Now, the lightsaber sounds completely different.
You couldn't bring yourself to kill me before, and I don't believe you'll destroy me now.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. Indeed, you are powerful.
So, fun things there. And again, you can change colors by tapping this and cycling through. All right, let's turn this off. There is a way to turn this on without any sound. To do that, to mute, hold down the auxiliary button while you tap the power on button.
Mute.
There. Now you can have all the fun with the lights, and it has all the same features, just no sound. Then you turn it off. There. So as you cycle through, there are many sound fonts that are on this.
Sound bank selection.
Obi-Wan once thought it should.
Something inside me has always been there, but now it's awake.
Vader. Shook. Bespin.
This is General Kenobi.
Audio player.
SD card USB access. System menu.
All right, system menu can be useful.
Volume.
Now, right now, the volume is only set to about 40%.
Volume.
Now, as I go through this menu, every time I tap,
Volume.
it will get louder.
Volume. 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 Volume.
That's at 10 when you hear that click. Then one more click will go down to 1,
Volume.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Volume.
7 is about where I usually like it. There. Now it's the menu beeps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 6 on menu beeps.
Sound bank selection.
Now it's the menu volume.
Sound bank selection.
There. That's about a 5 or a 6. That's good.
Volume.
Okay. Now it's got to be done. Blade power is another one that can be useful. Right now, the blade power is set to 9, I believe. Yep, now the blade power is at 10. This allows you to keep a similar color. It's not going to be exact because as it gets dimmer, some of the colors are custom mixes, especially the purples and the orange. Those are slightly different shade on lower power, but this does allow you to still play with a lightsaber with an extended battery life. Right now, the power's all the way at 10. You can change that. Now power's at 1. It's pretty dim, honestly, on a 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anything above a 7 is pretty good. I like 9.
Blade power.
There. It's not quite as bright, but it's pretty close, and this saves you a good amount of battery life, so makes your battery last longer. It's something I recommend, but if you're going to be playing outside especially, go for the 10. It's worth it.
Color profiles.
Color profiles. This saber is not set up to be able to configure well through color profiles, so just skip that one.
Previous menu.
Previous menu.
System menu. Exit menu.
All right.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
You can exit the menu and it goes right back to the last sound font that you had selected. Okay. That's the basics of your lightsaber. When you want to be done, you can replace the kill key.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
And it will remember the previous settings that you just had before. Again, undo the thumb screw if you don't want to store it with the blade in anyway. Always place something in just in case the lightsaber gets turned on. You want to protect people's eyes because this thing is crazy bright. These can hurt your eyes really bad. So screw that in just a little bit and it fits just like that. All right, these blades are best stored either fully flat or fully upright. They are pretty solid, but they will flex a little bit, and over time, their own weight, if they're unsupported, can make them bend just a little bit. So I recommend either fully flat or fully upright. Also, the charger on this is right here. This is a lithium-ion smart charger. So if you're going to charge it, you'll plug this in. There's a light here that will go from red to green. Green means there's power, but it's not releasing any energy. Then you can
Welcome, young Skywalker.
pull the kill key and you'll place the plug in the place. And then while it's charging, this light will be red. As soon as it's done, the light will be green. And once it turns green, it's best to unplug it, but if you don't do it right away, it's not going to hurt anything because it is a smart charger, and as long as it's functioning properly, it will not release any additional energy into the battery, so you're going to be fine. Thank you for watching. This is a lot of video, and hopefully you enjoy this lightsaber well.